hello, lurkers. And hello, you archaeologists. I'm the Johnshunt, and I'm having a Final Fantasy 14, Realm Reborn adventure. Bunnies. I'm surrounded by bunnies. At the end of the last stream, I was like, yo, yeah, I wonder how far through, you know, this current story I am. What's it called? Defenders of Eorzea. Yeah, I'm like halfway through. No, I've not even started it. Great Divide is literally the first quest, and I've not done it. Like, I did a bunch of stuff last episode, but not the main quest. So, like, we're gonna try and actually make some progress on that particular quest. Let's, I guess, equip this coffer as well. Okay, now I should have an elfin bow, which is probably better than this bow. But, yes. I'll do the Artemis bow quest a little bit later. Let's try and actually get a little bit of progress. I've only got today and tomorrow, and it's past midnight today. So it's already tomorrow. I don't know how the time thing works.
Come, you must have gathered by now that Tataru is given to exaggeration. As you can see, I am quite well. Ul'dah, on the other hand, is not. This riot was anything but an isolated incident. There is a restlessness in the air. Tensions long simmering are at last threatening to boil over.
Just moving the microphone closer to myself.
Ul'dah is a nation infamous for the great disparity between the wealthy and the poor. The majority of the populace accepts this state of affairs because they believe that every man bears responsibility for his own lot in life. To an Ul'dah, money is the foremost, and some would say the only measure of a man's worth. Small wonder that the wealthiest wield the greatest influence. So where do the refugees fit into this social hierarchy? What place is there for those who fled Alamigo and the destruction of the Calamity? Plainly, there is none. They have no wealth, no power, and no worth. To the Ul'dah way of thinking, they may as well not exist. Choosing to ignore their existence, however, is patently not an option. General Ramuh and the Sultana understand this, which is why they ordered the Immortal Flames to provide the refugees aid and succor. Yet none would dispute that the expenses incurred by this policy grow by the day, with no end in sight. This has prompted more and more Ul'dahs to question their obligation to aid these worthless wanderers. While more and more refugees have come to resent their treatment at the hands of the sneering citizenry. The manner of Lord Lolorito's refusal to grant the Dolmens asylum bespoke a disdain for all refugees, an attitude shared by the rest of the monetarists. And you may be sure they make no effort to conceal their opinions. It was only a matter of time before the refugees united in protest, nor is it any surprise that some among them would ultimately resort to violence. That the Immortal Flames should choose this of all occasions to engage in joint training exercises with the other Grand Companies. By the time they return, the situation may well have deteriorated beyond mending.
Ooh, rings. As I told you before, sorry, I've got to do this as smugly as possible. As I told you before, it was all but inevitable that an incident of this kind would eventually occur, given the rising tensions within the Sultanate. Nevertheless, I have reason to believe that this particular riot may not have begun spontaneously. Have I piqued your curiosity? Good. Then you will accompany me to the Hall of Flames. I would hear what General Raban has to say upon the matter. Was this faster? Probably not, no. Now is not a good time, Knave. My hands are full dealing with the refugees. Precisely the matter we wish to discuss, General. Alfanord, back on your feet already. You may credit my swift recovery to your Chirugans? I think they're surgeons, but... My memories of the riot are still somewhat muddled. I trust you managed to regain full control of the situation. Not entirely. We secured the city soon enough, but not before the unrest had spread to the surrounding territories. Pockets of resistance remain throughout Thanalan. We have sent what forces we can to spare to root out the last of the belligerents, but progress is slow. They are damnably elusive. I can well imagine, given the majority of refugees live outside the walls, it stands to reason that they would know the lay of the land. What I do not understand is how they came to be so well prepared. Before my little accident, I observed that several of the refugees were armed, and not with butcher's knives or pitchforks, but with martial weaponry. I need hardly add that such equipment is costly. None can deny that tensions between Uldan citizenry and the refuge population have increased since the Domans were turned away. But wouldn't that motivate a starving man to purchase arms in lieu of food? I think not. And what of those... Sorry, I'm going to read this normally again. I was having fun doing the smoke voice. And what of those who have not even a single guild to spend, who could not survive without the aid provided by immortal flames? Surely they would sooner sell a weapon and bring it to bear against their benefactors. Come to the point. Very well. My point, General, is that the powder keg of discontent was not set alight by chance. These events were deliberately set in motion, and now order must be restored. That is my first duty. Till it is done, an investigation can wait. Do not have the time to discuss this. My scouts will be returning soon. General is no fool. He keeps his own counsel, with good cause. Were he to claim without necessary proof that these riots were instigated by outside forces, the monetarists would accuse him of attempting to shirk responsibility. After all, he and the Sultana have been the most outspoken proponents of the refugee aid. Regardless, they will face harsh criticism in the days ahead. Our allies may stumble upon the truth in time, but I have far more faith in your abilities, Naive. To that end, sorry, sometimes I click that middle bit on the thing and it progresses text. And to that end, I would have you make the inquiries in the settlements suspected of harbouring belligerents. Commander Swift will know which they are. You may bulk at a request for such information, but I have no doubt that you can persuade him with your silver tongue. I, meanwhile, shall seek answers in my own way, after which we can regroup and share our findings. Well then, shall we? Inexplicable bunny noises. You look as if you've got something to say now, dear. What do you ask is no simple favour. Were such information to fall into the wrong hands, the lives of countless soldiers would be at risk. Even so, there's wisdom in your words. An able individual may be suited to this task than an individual. Very well, the Blastblades reported suspicious activity in the vicinity of Lost Hope. May be unrelated to recent events, but we doubt it. I suggest you begin speaking to the Blades posted there. Another assault, Nate. Where are we? I take it this means someone has read my report. Refugees who left the market have yet to return. I am increasingly concerned that Zazawaka's suspicions were correct. You haven't the focus what I'm talking about, do you? Never mind. Speak with Zazawaka. He'll explain everything. What brings you to here, adventurer? Search for refugees? Well, you come to the right place. I mean those refugees. Oh no, you won't find them here. Most of the people are lost hope, come to accept their situation and content to pass their days in peace and quiet. Outsiders have trouble understanding that, like the merchant who passed through recently, Gregarious Fairlow, awfully opinionated. Can't say I was sad to see him go. Interesting. Don't hurt me, I'm not one of them. Beg your pardon, you're not a flame, I see. If Lothric bid you speak to me, then I'll take it you've agreed to help. 12 be praised for that, because we haven't a moment to waste. Everyone knows the flames are on the march. The others have fallen under the fanatic's spell, but not I. I promise the revolution of retribution, holding a ruling class to account and taking that which is owed. Ha! A childish fantasy. Did everything I could to dissuade the others from leaving, but you would heed my words now that one of our idealists have returned. However, the madness of the merchant's plan is made plain to see for all. Look behind yonder tent and you'll understand why. Even though he babbles incoherently, so traumatized he is by the bloodshed he witnessed, as I might, I can make little sense of his words beyond the fact that he was not alone in surviving. Yet I've no doubt that the merchant will lead the remainder to their doom. I beg of you, find them before he does. What are you doing? Don't draw! Don't draw! Don't draw! Don't draw! Don't draw! Why didn't you run away with me? We could have escaped together, and you'd be here with me. Be here to soothe me. Oh, why did you have to stay and leave me alone? You know what I'd really like, game? I'd really love if you could just, like, click that soothe button, like there, rather than forcing me to go into here and finding fucking soothe. There. What do you want? It's true, I followed the merchant. May the gods strike me down for my folly. What they will not give you must take, he said. When we asked how, he revealed a cache, I still don't know how to pronounce that word, of weapons he had bought and implored us to seize control of our fates. I thought about running then and there, but the others were so excited he split us into two groups, sent us off on their own. But the flames found us, we didn't know what to do. Our leader tried to parley with theirs. Then they started arguing, then fighting, and everyone was fighting. The flames were shouting to give no quarter. And our guards, the other group, they're still out there. If we don't stop them, they'll be massacred like mine. Ooh. Have a ring. Terrified refugee would have you find his brethren and convince them to lay down their arms. The other refugees are hiding in the caves south of the Lost Hope, but to approach them would be fruitless. They would sooner call the agents of the Sultanate to try to kill us than listen to the reason why the twins might even deign to do the deeds themselves. Pox and all the bloody sellswords, they're supposed to train us to fight, but the ones he sent with us vanished during the struggle. Oh, if only they ever never listened to the merchant's ridiculous claims. He said our cause was righteous, but the gods would never suffer us to be defeated. Though if we were forced to confront reality, that's it. Challenge the twins to combat and show my brethren the strongest warriors, no match for one woman. Mayhap then they will agree. I mean, sure, but I mean, I'm like a superhero, but whatever. It's like going, fight Thor. And, well, if we can't beat Thor, then What are we to do a revolution? It's bloody Thor. Of course he didn't beat Thor. Yep, then we'll agree to lay down the arms and move on to this plot. Doesn't shock and awe mean something militarily speaking? I was just thinking about that. I don't know the answer. Levin knows they found us. Everyone grab your gear and make for the rendezvous point. What's your game? It is it? I'm sorry to disappoint you last, but we're more than willing to kill you ourselves. Everyone come here. Like I'm killing them so they don't get killed. I understand that I'm not killing them. You know what I mean. He's a saber rattling and a shield weapon. Are these the cell sources? Fuck. That guy was stronger than I was expecting. You call me bitch? Fuck off. You beat him like it was nothing. Hello, Almighty, what we're gonna do now? You've returned. Did you find my brethren? What of the twins? What happened? I see. Well, you had no choice. Better than a handful of them take a beating from you than get butchered by the flames. Tell me, what did the merchant have to say when it was over? Ah, but where else would he be unless he went to Stone's Throw to recruit the others? Oh, well, it sounds like Stone's Throw wouldn't be very far away. Terrified refugee who would you find the shady figure who was trying to discern dissent among his brethren. Merchant wished to approach the refugees in Stone's Throw, but was waiting for the flames to withdraw their forces from the vicinity. Now that they have, there's nothing to stop him from continuing his work. How much more must perish in the pursuit of his futile cause? How much more suffering must we endure before it ends? Find him, convinced to cease his mad quest. Surely lead us to ruin. Oh, it's further away than I thought it would be. What closer? Oh, literally, it's a stone's throw away. Oh, it looks like I'm too late. See my parents? Oh, I've got inexplicable rabbit noises. Told me to stay here with the others. They said they'd be back soon, but it's been days. They left for a man from Alder. They said they were going to change everything, make it so we could live inside the walls with everyone else. I liked it when they said that. I didn't like it when he talked about making the rich people pay. Everyone looked so angry, and I got scared. Say, miss, are you looking for someone? Looking for someone stirring up trouble. Sorry, inexplicable bunny noises. You mean the man who left with my parents? I don't know where he is. Look over there, it's him. That's just unjust again, somehow, ungust. Oh no, which of these gullible fools should be my next... Very subtle he is. Oh. You. Get him away, get him, miss. Bim, bim, bim. You again? Why are you pursuing me? Sedition? Treason? Revolution? That's preposterous. Who has filled your heart with these lies? Refugees? The self-same refugees who terrorized the streets of Adar? Ha! No evidence to prove your accusations. None. Inexplicable bunny noises? No, I will not accompany you to the Hall of Flames. No right to detain me. For the sake of argument, let's say I did do the things you claim. Surely you don't think I'd give a kern's ass about politics. It was business, only business. Oh yeah, he's about to get murdered, isn't he? That fellow. Both know I'm not the one you want. However, if you agree to protect me, I swear I shall tell you everything. Done. Bunny sensors. Oh, I'm terrible at protecting people. Oh, that's much bigger range than I've got. What's all the commotion? It wasn't me. It's everyone else. They're really adorable. Tell the others to spit out and search the area. The killer may be close. Angry bunny. Older adventurer, I would know more about the relationship with the victim as well as the events leading up to his death. Inexplicable bunny noises. The man was responsible for recent riots. Mayhap we owe his murderer a debt of gratitude. In any case, it's obvious that you're not the one whom we seek. You may carry on with your investigation, Sam. What are you doing up there? Yep, I should have lifted up the thing. Let's still do that. There we go. I have to wash this cup again. Right. So I do that. I do that because like the weird pouring noise, and I was like, well, people will be able to tell what the pouring noise actually is. Also, I have a cup of tea. That guy had a mud pie. Yes, that is the way I want to go. What news, Naive? Where is the merchant? Murdered? Damn it all to seven hells. He was not simply murdered, Naive, he was silenced. Too many knew his face. He was ready to divulge his secrets. Do not despair, though we have been closer to identifying the true orchestrator of these rats than you realise. I'll just take that one. Right, I just wanna... No, not you. Revolution. Ooh. Flame General left a word that you proceed to the fragrant chamber when you returned, which is to discuss your recent discoveries as well as the result of our own investigation. Master Arthur also been informed you should be waiting for you outside. Proceed to the Royal Promenade before hastening to speak with the bar. Speak with bar. Talk to bar. Right, I'm gonna put a bunch of stuff in the fridge. By fridge, I mean fridge. And by the fridge, I mean the adventure stuff. Oh, what? So, hang on. I always get these, and I never know actually what to do with them. Do I not have orchestrations? What are these? Oh, I'm supposed to use them. Wait, what? Faded copy of I Know the Truth. I don't know what that means. Oh, I need it for alchemy, okay. Alright, well let's use all of them. All the cards, I don't know what the vouchers are for. Oh, they're all faded. I must have been really lucky that I found one that was usable. I want to put some stuff away, or do I need to summon someone for that? Oh god, I need to make a retainer. fine. I'm sure I'll bump into a retainer person at some point. Finish that later. I don't need half this ship. That's not the point. Robert? We've been expecting you, madam. Please proceed inside. Here's your complimentary J-Star. I should sell all my elegant silvers.
Commander Swift has kept us apprised of your recent activities. You've made great strides towards quelling the violence.
Despite our best efforts to determine what provoked this uprising, the truth continues to elude us. Have you uncovered aught which might shed some light on the mystery?
This information does not leave this room. The syndicate's decision to reject the Doman refugees' appeal for asylum had lasting repercussions. A number of those displaced by the calamity claimed it was proof of a policy of discrimination. Together with a group of Alamegan refugees, they organized a series of demonstrations to protest against the Sultanate. Demonstrations which became heated, but did not descend into violence. Until a certain incident served as a call to arms.
A unit of brass blades sent to supervise a demonstration loosed arrows upon unarmed protesters. It was this atrocity which prompted the refugees to take up arms. I need not tell you what followed.
We assumed at first that the attack was born of a miscommunication. When emotions run high, they happen. But suspicions were raised regarding the unit's commanding officer, whom I ordered interrogated.
Interrogated. It's a very American way of saying that.
Sure enough, our fears were soon confirmed. The dog confessed that a merchant had offered him coin to give the order. A merchant in the employ of Taleji Adeleji.
Interrogated. It's, yeah. So when British people don't pronounce the T, it's like interrogated. It doesn't turn into a D, interrogated, like that, which is what he did. Or interrogated.
Taleji Adeleji. But he spoke in favor of the Doman's cause, and has ever seemed sympathetic towards the refugees' plight. Why would he do such a thing?
Know you of the Carteneau Reclamation Bill? It is a proposal to annex the Carteneau Flats so that refugees may establish permanent settlements.
When last I looked, that was disputed territory.
Aye. Some might even call it a battlefield. The destruction wrought by Bahamut was greatest at the Carteneau Flats. That much is common knowledge. What is less well known is that his rampage laid bare ancient Alagon ruins, of which no record existed. There are certain differences of opinion as to how these ruins should be handled, which is why each nation maintains a military presence in the region to this day. Yet differ though we may, we are still allies. Therefore, in the interest of preserving the Eorzean alliance, we have reached an agreement.
Oh yeah, that's how I've got access to the Bahamut thing, yeah.
Any conflict which may arise during the course of military exercises in the region shall have no bearing on relations between our nations. In full knowledge of this delicate state of affairs, Teleji Adeleji proposed the Carteneau Reclamation Bill. A shameless bloody ruse which stands to benefit him in but one conceivable way. If successful, he will gain control over the disputed territory under the guise of assisting in the resettlement effort. And you can be sure he'll build an orphanage next to every Allagan ruin.
The man would threaten the unity of the Eorzean alliance and risk countless lives for personal gain.
Yes. Even though it's the other one that talks like that.
He walks a path all his own, independent of any faction and beholden to none of his fellows on the syndicate.
By inciting the less fortunate to violence, he hopes to convince others that the Carteneau Reclamation Bill is the only viable solution. His sympathy for the plight of the Domans was not but posturing to gain credibility with the refugees. Of that there can be no doubt.
Credibility. It's those T's. Nobody can do those T's. Oh, hello. Been a while. How are you?
So special about these ruins that he would risk his position in the syndicate, and, most likely, charges of treason against the Sultanate.
Sorry, I accidentally clicked the button which turned the stream off. Hang on.
Omega.
Omega. So yes, I've as you may or may not know, I don't know, I explain to people, I'm currently on a quest to complete all the Final Fantasies, or an ambition, if you prefer, of completing all the Final Fantasy games. Even the weird side games probably don't count, apart from maybe like Final Fantasy XI or like Crystal Chronicles, because they're multiplayer focused. Also, some of them are going to be really hard to find. I guess I'll see how I feel about them when I get to those particular games, I guess. Anyway, but I haven't actually gotten to Final Fantasy 14 yet. It's a free weekend, so I've decided, you know, if I don't have to pay for it, I might as well play.
Pardon?
I'm not saying that all again, Arthano.
An Allagan monstrosity, not unlike the Ultima weapon. Mayhap larger, we know not. It has yet to be fully excavated. Allagan inscriptions indicate that it was created to fell Bahamut himself.
Created. Every time anyone says a word with a T in, it's going to annoy me now. Ooh. Okay. I've not...
If accurate, it might explain why Nail Van Darnus chose to bring the Red Moon down upon the Carteneau Flats.
I've never actually... Revelations, I was going to say. I knew Ari studied for Resident Evil. I've never actually finished Doom, the remake of Doom. So I've not even got to Eternal yet.
Given the ends he went to ensure Eorzea's annihilation, destroying the one weapon which could stay the Elder Primal may well have seemed like good sense.
When first I bore witness to the power of the Ultima weapon, I doubted the evidence of my senses. And now you tell me there is another such weapon, one which could contend with Bahamut. Bahamut!
How are you finding Revolutions?
Aye, we were skeptical ourselves. Truth be told, until the Ultima weapon's existence came to light, we thought the inscription had been mistranslated.
No, it's not all the T's then. All those words were fine.
At present, Omega is more akin to a fossil than a tool of war, having long since ceased to function. as such, its true potential cannot accurately be gauged.
She shows potential. Fine.
However, if someone were to restore it, as the Garleans did the Ultima weapon, I have little doubt that he would wield untold power.
Yeah, she was fine until she said little instead of little or little.
Power enough to subjugate Uldar like as not, and the rest of Eorzea besides, which is doubtless why Teleji Adeleji yearns to have it.
That's cool. I really did enjoy Doom. I'm not actually 100% sure why I stopped. Because I was like 70% of the way through it, and then I got distracted and then never went back.
That he should aspire to world domination. He who has ever walked 2 paces behind Lord Lolorito in matters of commerce.
'Tis in acknowledgement of his own limitations that he seeks this power. Woe betide us all should we allow him to have it.
Pray waste no time chasing rats. Only a fool would believe that secrets can be kept in Uldar.
It would seem the implications of the Sultanate's refugee problem are rather more far-reaching than we assumed.
So, this game is very weird, like, because, like, the first 30 hours of this game is basically anime. Like, it concerns itself with war and factions and stuff, but in a very Dragon Ball Z manner. And then as soon as you get to the expansion, the mini expansions, it suddenly turned into medieval politics. It's like tonally very different from the rest of the game. Inexplicable bunny noises. Yeah, I get nervous with when I'm like, I'm doing well at this game, but I feel like it's going to get to a point where I'm probably not going to do well at this game. I mean, Doom, not this game. I should be glad to know the truth, and yet the thought that all the chaos was the product of one man's lust for power sickens me. How long do you think they intended to hide the existence of Omega from the Scions? That they even felt the need to do so is most troubling. It would be in our best interest to learn more of the military's activities in disputed territories. Fortunately, you are already well positioned to do so. Private Old Tyrion, please keep us informed of any developments in Carteneau. Hello, Screams. I was going to say, yeah, I thought you would have started your stream already. Streams for memes. Begone, whelp. This is no place for children. I'm reading the things. So I did rest, but then I got up and I was like, well, I'm just going to play computer games. I'm sorry. I was a child. Okay, all the soldiers in this city are dicks. That's fair enough. Like, I've literally been like, oh, I'm about to stream, and then spent 4 hours faffing before. I was looking for you, miss. You said you were looking for the man who left with my parents. You know this girl? Yes, I said I'd do something, and then I completely forgot. Inexplicable bunny noises. So you visited Stone's Throw as well, I see. Did you find this man? My parents were with him. They were not, I'm afraid. Okay, the trick... The trick to doing Alphino's voice is to be as smug as possible. Ooh. I missed Mother's comment, which I'll read now. Okay. However, I can think of several places they might be. If you like, we can go and look for them together. I was going to try and play for all the Resident Evils, and I played the original one. And I liked the original one. Because it felt like a game. Like, there's a bit halfway through the game where it clicks what it's trying to do. Where you're like, oh, it's all, like, keys. You're picking up keys. You've only got so many space for keys. You go through doors with keys. But also, your bullets are keys. You've got to look at corridors and go, oh, that's 3 zombies, but I can kill 3, you know, I can't kill 3 zombies, that's too much. But that one zombie over there, I can kill. I've got the keys to that door. Oh, this corridor is slightly wider. I can run past these zombies. I've got that key. And suddenly the original Resident Evil sort of all kind of connects when you're like, oh, it's a sort of puzzle game where you just got to learn the layout of the building. And also I played it with an emulator, which meant I just saved whenever the fuck I like. Saving using the typewriter in that must make that game incredibly tedious. Like, I wasn't going to do that. In fact, occasionally I just saved in battle, because sometimes, like, there's the knife in the original Resident Evil, and, like, I could not kill a single zombie with that knife. I always died every time I tried. Oh, good luck with your stream. I'm going to try and actually get to the point of the stream that I've put in the title, which I didn't do last time. Or if I can think of several places they might be, if you like, we can go look for them together. Really? Let me look, mister. Of course, but first I must needs finish speaking with my friend. He's telling me a secret, you see, so no one else is allowed to listen. Mayhap you could wait for me by the pillar over there. We require but a moment. Okay, mister, I'll be waiting. I'll take her to quicksand. Mayhap Miqo'te will know what to do. Legion of Garleans and an ether-starved primal. Even dealing with an Ascian would be preferable to this charade. Why did I say charade instead of charade? Sometimes I fear Minfilia is too ambitious. We rush hither and yon. You can't rush hither and yon. You rush hither or thither. Yon. How dare you rush yon. I've been meaning to play Evil Within. It's on my list, actually. Oh, I see. It's a good way. It's a good way to get into it. There's a video documentary dude I really like called Noah Gervais, and he did an 8-hour video where he described his experiences playing all the Resident Evils, which is like a massive treat. I was like, oh, the entire day's sorted, because I get to listen to it while I'm at work. But I still want to play. So it now means there's probably a few Resident Evils that I'll probably just never play now. But I was going to play them all. But I did start Resident Evil 2. But the problem is I was recording everything I was doing, but I wasn't doing commentary live. I was cutting the episodes down to 10 minutes. And then I was going to do new commentary on top of that. But then I just lost the software I was using, and I haven't been able to continue that. But yeah. I mean, if I'm going to do horror games every Wednesday, then I probably should. I'm going to have to go back to Resident Evil at some point. It's probably the most famous. The original Resident Evil 2. For some reason, I just really like playing things in order, even if they've fixed the games. Like, there's no reason for... I own Resident Evil Remake as well. I just decided to play a weird emulated version of it. Hi, this is Minfilia. I know this is sudden, but I must ask you to return to the Revenant's Toll for all due haste. It's just sort of interesting to see how the games grow, which is why I like doing the worst versions of games sometimes. The situation in 12's would have taken a turn for the worst. I will explain in detail once you arrive. Also, I just sort of... Old games are interesting in ways new games aren't always. The 12's wood, and the primal threat she spoke of before has been confirmed. I have received no reports of XIV activity, which leaves the Sylphs. Go and I have. You know as well as I that the appearance of the primal takes precedence over all else. I think a good example is Horizon Zero Dawn. I stopped playing it after about like 8 hours, and there was nothing wrong with that game. Like I liked everything about that game. I just, for some reason, I was like, no, I'm just gonna play these old RPGs that are like really poorly optimized, and like have been improved upon, just because I don't know, there's something more interesting about the experience. It's not really fair to Horizon. Like it's Assassin's Creed and like a billion other games that use those map tokens that sort of ruined an entire genre of games for me. And I didn't even play that much. I just saw them, and I just sort of I feel the homogenization of it. That's why I play so many Japanese games. But like Doom's a really good example of something that actually genuinely felt like it did something different. Yes, I played the original, even though I own the update of that. My plan was to play the remake as I get to it. So I played the Chris campaign, and then when I got back to Resident Evil 1 again, I'd play the Jill campaign. Although I guess by the time I get to the new Resident Evil 2, I'd have to play both the campaigns anyway because they're different. Oh yeah. You know one that I did play? Is it Revelations? No, it's not Revelations. There's one I played years ago on PlayStation 2. It had loads of arms on the cover. That you couldn't pause the game, and that was a weird novelty for me at the time. And zombies could follow you into different rooms. Like they were constantly chasing you. You would never save. You couldn't pause. And I really like the idea of that, but I don't know if it's aged well. Oh, and when you arrive, do inform the antecedent that while I'm grateful for her concern, she needn't fear for my safety. I am more than capable of protecting myself. Funny nod. Like, I like the idea of playing for all the Resident Evils, but I actually don't want to play Resident Evil 6. What am I doing? We're going here. Seems easy enough to teleport to. Okay, and then I immediately lose the place I'm trying to teleport. Yeah! Oh, it's just very install. I can do that. And, you know, watching somebody do a 6-hour video going through all the Resident Evils sort of took the shine off the idea of doing it myself. Luckily, no one's ever going to do that with Final Fantasy. Or too many people have done that with Final Fantasy. I don't actually know now that I think about it. A lot. It is a relief to see you healthy and hale. Hale and hearty. Yes, I get the phrase. The latest news from Aldar was most disturbing. Inexplicable bunny noises. Clearly the only injury Alphino suffered was to his ego. Doubtless it will heal ere long. The other Scions will need to be present for this meeting. You're ready to begin, I will summon them now. Here's your complimentary wristlet. Take the Dex one, I guess? Quest complete! Lord Levin! Yes! Okay, now that I actually play the game, rather than just doing dungeons, I can actually do the scenarios reasonably quickly. What is this taking me? Only an hour, okay. So it's like 2 hours per update campaign. If I don't get distracted. Which I so easily get distracted. Thank you for responding with my call with such haste. I still have to get the God's bow. Rest assured I should not have summoned you. I would not have summoned you were it not urgent to business then. I have received some most disturbing news from the Order of the Twin Adder. They have reason to believe that the Sylphs may have called forth their revered guardian, the primal Ramuh. I'm sorry, may have, then it's not certain. Bad scratch. The Elder Seer informs us that the elementals themselves murmur of the Lord of Levin's. Okay, apparently Levin means relating to thunder and lightning. It's not a word I've ever heard in real life. Return to the forest. The Sylphslands, however, display no sign of undue commotion. Forgive me, antecedent, but the fact not need contradict the elemental's testimony. Unlike his more bellicose compeers, Garuda and so on, Ramuh is reputed to act only in defense of his children. I imagine he would soon make his presence known if any were foolish enough to directly endanger the Sylphs or their territory. Yes. The abruptness of this development concerns me. Were we not keeping... Fucking, it's really hot right now. Were we not keeping a close watch on the Touched Ones and their movements? If preparations for summoning ritual were indeed underway, it would surely not have escaped your notice. Oh, it didn't. I was pretty sure it was going to happen, not just this soon. I beg your pardon, you foresaw this eventuality, but did naught to prevent it? I told Papalimo. I suppose I could have reported things to Minfilia earlier, but there honestly wasn't much we could expect to do except wait and see. You know how Sylphs feel about people poking around their territory. They already summoned Ramuh once right after the calamity, but that was because the Garleans were trampling through the forest. And so, long as Castrum Orion stands, the Sylphs cannot be blamed for wishing to have their guardian deity on hand. In short, Ida and I are in agreement. The actions of the forest folks were inevitable and unavoidable. Sorry about that. I have returned with a cup of tea. And, I'm going to have to do this so I can actually see chat, because I accidentally clicked on a page. I maintain the observation that that would have remained the best policy had it not been for the sudden influx of strangers into the Black Shroud. That, alas, we did not foresee. By all accounts, the recent violence in Eorzea drove the number of refugees to seek safely under the concealing canopy of the trees. Glad to be back. Are you streaming the Elden of the Ring? 'Tis like that the Sylphs perceived this panicked migration as yet another invasion, and quickened their efforts to summon their god. I am put in mind of Titan and the kobolds. Once again it is the affairs of men which have paved the ways for Primal's coming. Indeed, one cannot help but wonder what manner of place Eorzea would be without the civilizing influence of mankind. Be that as it may, this regrettable development does afford us a unique opportunity. Naive, through your dealings with the Sylphs, and as Papalino, yes, with little solace, you once succeeded in preventing an untimely conflict with Carteneau. I wonder might what... I'm going to just read this. How far are you in the Elden of the Ring? So fruitfully in the past, it did not achieve the similar success with the patron deity. If Ramuh can be convinced of our intentions, it may be the first step to breaking the cycle of primal summoning. Fond hope. Were such a thing possible, we would not be at war with the beastmen since time immemorial. Maybe this time we can. Let us continue this discussion anon. Our anon counter goes up. Ooh. I think Miqo'te might actually be one of the hardest fights in the game. I mean, like, it's... because it's the first, like, real difficult battle the game throws at you. I mean, sure, you could feasibly walk somewhere else. Ooh. Crumble egg. What's crumbly egg? That sounds amazing. And so, yeah, it's beating Miqo'te is a big step. We must needs first consult with the nation that affected by Ramuh's presence. The Elder Seer has requested your personal involvement. I have. Pray report to the commander Hello at Adder's Nest as soon as you are able. I have myself in the freezer. Oh, damn it, I forgot what it's called. Not Ganesh. That's an elephant. Not goulash. So, it's like it's a cake. it's like a not marzipan. Oh blimey, what's it called? What's that white stuff you make with egg white? It's like hard. Oh, scrambled eggs. Oh, that's fine. I think I knew what you meant by crumbling egg anyway. That also sounds great. I've not had egg in ages. The problem with eggs is they're kind of Moorish. And I go, I'm going to have all the eggs. And so then I start making cakes. And I'm not very good at making cakes. Because the problem with making cakes is that you have to practice. And if you don't have people to give cakes to, then you just have to eat all the cakes. Which is fine. But, like, I shouldn't eat all the cakes. Steel yourself for the worst. While I hope for the peaceful resolution to this matter, experience suggests that your meeting with the Lord of Levin will prove less than amicable. Such to event, your fellow scions will of course lend you whatever support you require. Good luck. Where's my phone? Is my phone nearby? No, it's not. I can't ask the internet. Good luck with your stream. Your rival stream. And good luck with your prediction. Anything else I want to do? No, I'm trying to... John, stop being distracted and do Defenders of Eorzea. Get it done in this stream. If we hunker down, we could be at the start of the first expansion, Heaven's Ward, by the end of the weekend, and that'd be great. Then if the next time they get a free weekend, I can play Heaven's Ward, and that'd be nice. Oh yeah, I was going to sell this stuff, wasn't I? Okay, a shop. Stop being distracted. I've got to sell some stuff. It's just going to be... Look at this fat cat. Oh, you walked off. Come back. This itinerant Mughal. Go on. I don't want any of this stuff. I just want a shopkeeper for some reason. There's Lord of Levin. There. Let's just go in that direction. Oh yeah, I need to... There's a few things I need to do, but whatever. Let's talk to you. What's Gale Force Warning? Ruder, okay. There you go. Did I not hand that in? Interesting. Knife of the Scions. Your arrival has been most anticipated. The arrival of the Primal is ever cause for alarm and unease. Though my men stand ready for any eventuality, I know of none more qualified than you to snuff out this threat. Indeed, I would have you do so without delay. The Elder Seed Seer, however, would speak with you first. She is of the opinion that your diplomatic rather than martial skills may better serve our cause. I will leave further explanation to our learned leader. Pray that you make way to Nofika's altar. The conjurer in attendance will admit you to the Lotus Stand. Alright. Where is the closest one of these things? Probably the way I came. That would make sense. Windbreaker! Oh, it's that, isn't it? Yeah. They're playing Undertale very slowly. I mean, if they're doing it on a controller, that's quite impressive, but still. Oh, I need to get the botanist guild. Okay. Let's go to the Conjurer's Guild, get the quest, but also get the botanist guild, so I can have that done. What's it? What's this? What quest is here? Who wants me to do a quest here? What is this? Level 20. Why do I have a level 20 quest on me? That is not the button. Okay, look out. Fine. Definitely not being distracted. Looked upon one of Eorzea's striking vistas as identified by the explorer Ironheart. Return to that place and tell people about it. Okay. I can't see the stream going. The other signs have already arrived, madam. May I show you in? Yeah, sure.
Scions of the Seventh Dawn, on behalf of the people of Gridania, I bid you welcome. Your presence is of great comfort to us all in these days of uncertainty. I summoned you here to share tidings of a most urgent nature. But a short while ago, the great elemental spoke, and his voice was clarion in its intensity. Ramuh is returned unto the forest. Scarce had his words ceased to echo in mine ears when we were visited by an emissary from Little Solace.
Sorry, I just clunked that very loudly.
Our guest informs us that the sylphs too have sensed the presence of the Lord of Levin. Though his exact whereabouts remain unknown, we may safely assume that the primal was summoned within the heart of the Sylphlands.
Alright.
Unlike the other primals you have encountered, Lord Ramuh is no raging avatar of destruction. He is revered as much for his wisdom as his strength, serving as both arbiter and guardian to his children. Given that we and the Sylphs found a way to share the Twelves Wood, it is my hope that this sagely immortal will be amenable to reason, and that conflict may be avoided. Blessed as you are with the power of the Echo, you are one of the few among us who may commune with a primal without fear of influence. I would ask, therefore, that you represent us in this most delicate of negotiations. The Twelves Wood has suffered enough. Upon this, we and the Sylphs, and I would venture Lord Ramuh himself, are in perfect accord. Let us not endanger our shared home by engaging in unnecessary hostilities.
Everyone's boots are absurdly detailed.
Dear friend, I beseech you, safeguard the peace which exists between our peoples.
Clicking occasionally, I don't like that. Inexplicable bunny noises.
You have my thanks. Pray make for Little Solace, then. A member of the Order of the Twin Adder awaits you there.
Adder.
He will advise you on how to find the Lord of Levin. An ill wind blows through the forest. Yet, it is not only the 12's wood that flinches at its coming. All the lands of Eorzea shiver in dread anticipation. Have care.
She's the most boring world leader. Obviously the best one's the pirate. There's no character trait more boring than dutiful. Right. Levin, don't care. That's a Muggle. I care deeply about the Muggles. Okay. I actually want to sell stuff. Can I sell things? Okay, all of these. Ooh, I've got a lot more money now. Anything that I've got like less than 5 of. No, we're gonna use that. All that. Right, Knight's bread. That one maybe I should have kept. That'll do. Let's go meet Ramuh. I was about halfway, and then that took 25 minutes, and I'm still halfway. Doesn't bode well. Now, for the Scions, I'll start to expect you. I understand you go to treat with the primal Ramuh himself, an unenviable task, but one of which no doubt that you are well suited. I've been told that your fellow Scions have conducted an investigation of the area as we speak, that we might ascertain their location. The Lord of Levin might be found. I would ask you to abide here until they return with their findings. We'll take, I don't know. Levin. Oh, Lord of Levin. Still a word I don't really recognise. Levin an impression. I was told that the messenger would be sent as soon as your fellow Scions finished their investigation. I do not imagine it would be much longer. This one returns, and returns with good tidings. Wise ones have finished searching, and wisely identified the precise location where touched ones has summoned Lord Ramuh. Timing's impeccable, my fluttery friend. Might you be so kind as to escort this good woman to her fellow Scions? It would be this one's pleasure, walking one. Please come with this one's. Lark's Claw. Wise ones have ventured deep within the Sylph's lands. These ones must proceed carefully and keep an eye out for touched ones. Heck are you? You're just a plant, okay. This is weird. Okay. Maximum Park. I have to wait to see how things turn out. This one is most sorry, but this one can go no further. Too close to the Lord Ramuh, and this one may turn mean and nasty like touched ones. So this one may stay farewell for now. Walking One will find wise ones not far from here. To the south. Go in safely, Walking One. You call me Walking One, but I'm flying one. So I was very confused about what the fuck she was talking about. Hi. Level 48 as well. So it's actually you, I am believed. For a moment I thought we were dealing with another one of those confounded self-tricksters. I swear, with them wreaking havoc and the skin-changing magics, it's a wonder I was able to finish taking my measurements. Yes, it was quite the ordeal. You should have seen the look on Ishtora's face when the one impersonating you suddenly showed up. That's quite enough, Papillimo. Ahem, my apologies, it's not like me to ramble so. At any rate, as I was saying, I have finished measuring etheric activity in the area. I am pleased to say that I have reached an indisputable conclusion, to wit, that Ramuh was called forth in the vicinity of the Sylph's aetherite. Come Naive, the Lord of Levin awaits. Interesting. Look at that angry faces.
Carteneau betrays thee, servant of hiding.
Great big bushy beard.
Thou art the bringer of light, bane of Ifrit, Titan, Garuda, and Leviathan. I am Ramuh, guardian of the children of the forest. Thou tramplest upon sacred soil, bringer of light. By what right doth man intrude in this sanctuary of the Sylphs?
Inexplicable bunny noises?
The Gridanians proffer peace? Their words are born of delusion, thine offer an insult. Thou speakest of harmony, yet carest naught for my children's desires. They did but wish to dwell beneath these boughs in solitude. Yet even that was too much to ask of man. Thus did they turn to me for succor. The sentence I pronounce upon thy kind is just.
God, there's so much sucker in this game.
Redanian or Garlean, it matters not. The good intent of one excuseth not the misdeeds of the other.
Mate, there were like millions of us. There's so many different peoples.
Thy conflicts have brought naught but anguish and misery unto the forest. All blame doth lie with the darkness that resideth in the breast of man. Whence sprung this calamitous seed? In the beginning no such duality existed. Were light and dark given form when man was born? It would explain much, not least why strife and sorrow follow ever in thy wake. Thou canst not deny the urgings of thine own nature.
Mate. Also, I'm a rabbit lady, so I don't think I really count. I'm sure what you're saying is perfectly valid, but like, also there's like a short person, and he's not human either.
Knowing that thy mere presence here portendeth tragedy, wilt thou persist in this pretense of peacemaking?
I'm joking around, but like the game actually goes out its way to say, look, there is mankind, which is all the races, and there are the beast tribes, and they are separate in their beliefs, and these are the beast tribes. Oh yeah, I got this big crystal.
Oh, there is the crystal which I bestowed upon my wayward charges, that they should entrust so precious a gift to thee. Thou standest apart from thy kin. Thou art the bringer of light, aye, but there is something more in thee. Very well. I shall consider thy proposal. Shouldst thou survive my trial. If thou wouldst champion the cause of harmony, I must have proof that thou art fit to play the role. Wither mine ire, and prove to me thereby that thou hast strength enough to stay the darkness which threateneth to consume thee.
I mean, you literally acknowledged that I beat Leviathan. And, like, sure, we used magic crystals to help, but he doesn't know that.
Yet if thou shouldst be found wanting, know that all men shall perish in the storm of my judgment.
I get it, because you're a storm bloke, so it's on brand.
Come to me, bringer of light. I shall await thee on the field of battle.
Oh, he must get so bored conversing with the other summons.
Eorzea, it is rare indeed to find you so far from a tome.
No, I'm the cameraman. Eorzea somewhere else. Oh, there he is.
The Lord of Levin himself. Never till this day had I looked upon his visage, save in painted renderings made faint by time. Ever shall this scene remain etched in my mind's eye. Beg pardon, my lady.
Althea.
I must beg thine aid on a point of research. If thou art resolved to face Lord Ramuh, I would ask thy leave to observe the event.
The striking tree art is now available. Cool. Okay, so yeah, we were patient. We burnt through the entire quest line. Let's queue up. And now we can finish off our Artemis bow as well. So we've done all these. Did we do this? No, we didn't. We've not done that either. The striking tree. But also, oh, we did the World of Darkness, didn't we? We have the Binding Coil 1-5. Which is unlikely to win the race, but... no, leave me alone. I wanted to go somewhere else. Right. Ramuh doesn't find out about this. The song's very Kingdom Heartsy. Right. Relic Reborn. Problem with doing this quest is that I'd have to switch my bow out. Which I guess isn't so bad, but... This way, wasn't it? Average wait time 6 minutes. Okay, I guess it's... Right, yeah, that's a smart way to go. Bring you out as well. Very exciting music in this area. My controller. Been in the queue for 6 minutes, or 4 minutes even. Bold wing, to be sure. Doesn't seem to be much point in me actually using the song. He's too swift. We're ready, and then somebody left. Yes, I forgot I should be killing everything as a symbol. Wow. That's super important. I mean, not just for this quest, I mean for the hunting quest. Never bold wing. Don't be so bold after I kill you. I'm the master of one-liners. Me. If you call the fog, it won't help you. It won't help you when you're dead. One of these fog crawlers. Or like frog crawler, because a frog would be just as useful for you in this situation. I can do these one-liners all day. I just choose not to. More like fog smaller, because you're going to be really embarrassed by how poorly you're doing this fight, and you'll wish small was smaller. I don't. That one really makes no sense. When there's too many of them there. He's literally the last one I need though. Oh, I didn't mean to close it. Ah. Commence. Oh, so commence, damn it. Okay, that was Ampetor Keep, wasn't it? Right, it's the third time we've done this today, but this is the hard mode, so that is actually different this time around. Ooh, Screams is up. That's an E02. one of the monsters from Final Fantasy 1 that survived because it was a Dungeons and Dragons creature that had a misspelled name, so they were like, fuck it, let's keep it that along with Sahagan. I mean, I'm pretty sure Carteneau is in Final Fantasy 1 as well. Already don't recognise this part though. Nice. Leaves here. All these leaves here. This is a cool goat that's approaching us. We're gonna get dots. I should put this on. It's a very mysterious place, so it's all been overgrown. Should have read the plot. It's really interesting how much music just changes. Just the entire feeling of the place. Oh, try to stop it. We only left it for like a couple of hours. How's it all overgrown? Oh, it's Anjag. It's a headless knight. A lot of that going around. The cellar is sealed off. Okay, fucking hell. What the fuck? Yeah, I should have got the fuck out of this. The horse is quite fast. Making me uncomfortable, foreboding statue. What have you got? Am I supposed to get rid of the forbidden statues? I have no idea. I'll read that one. Monarch Rose. Malbra. Intimidating creature. It's a dead creature now. It's a little raw when it dies as well. Hang on, it's just a plant attacking us. Okay, the boogeyman is here. I guess that'll be one of those ghosts. Oh yeah, Screams is indeed right now. Let's see. I really like these remixes. They could have been real lazy with them, and they wasn't. I think these hard modes are some of my favourite dungeons again. There's the boogeyman. Oh, it's not one of those ghosts. Thought it would be. It does look spooky. So play the song of my people. him over there. Ah, it's the boogeyman! Oh, they're gonna explode. Yeah, that was a cool battle. I like the idea that you have to bring him into the light. And we were taught that from a... Ah, that one. Well, I can get my next quest. Ooh. Although I shouldn't really, because... Yeah, I shan't do that, because that's going to be in the expansion. Birdiad. All these statues. Some syrup. Fault finders are the worst. You're like, yeah, do you like my outfit? I think, oh well, yeah, it's, but you know, just one thing. Like, oh, there's always one thing with you, fault finder. I just don't think those shoes go with it. Oh. What about these shoes? Yeah, but then, you know, got a lot of red going on. Is that too much red? Oh, you're just gonna find a fault with everything, fault finder, aren't you? Like a gimmick. What is that? I've got to wait to come back. You're fine, Always finding fault. Mystic Gargoyle. Come out to play. He's got a couple of swords. He's not afraid to use them. Seconds to crash down. First to use it. It's a wall! Oh, who are you? You're a jester. You're a snake jester. You are a snake jester. Why is there a snake jester in this game? Hang on. don't I get to in the fight? Oh, wait. It's furry dad. I've got to fight the Joker. Next trick. Oh, yeah, I've seen it. Because I think this guy's got a hard version as well. Oh, I died, so maybe this is the hard version. Except I wasn't expecting to suddenly go like that. Quick short. Ah. Oh, this is a rock wall enemy. What the heck's this? Oh shit. Trying. Shit. This is hard. Oh. Goodness, I've got a little res. Shit. Oh, fucking hell. I swear, I thought... Oh, you've got to dodge them all at the same time. I get it. Oh god, this is the third time I died. Well, they're doing well. Use your limit break. Use your limit break. You're so close. They got aim out really quickly. Actually, no, they didn't. Oh shit. Okay, that's two of us dead. They're so close. Oh no, the rest the more useful person. Cool. Yay! Right, to get the striking tree this time. Right. I was like, oh yeah, we're like 2 hours in. We're doing... What are we getting up here? Oh, whatever. Guess we'll go to there. I mean, I said that dude looks like Sting. There's literally one quest. Everything she does is mahjong. That's a Sting song. That's a Sting and the Police. Blood of the Lambs of Dalamad, the very stained ground. Okay. Sorry, I'm reading it just to myself. Quest complete. Don't think I care about this quest. Abandon it. I got bought everything. Perhaps not these rings, I guess would make sense. Why did I walk away? I'm going to teleport someone. Oh, I forgot to go to the botanists. I'm going to do that as well. It's quite a funny thing to say, isn't it? Oh, I forgot to go to the botanists. What am I to do? You know, like you could say that in real life, but the circumstances would be pretty weird. Come on, dudes. Oh, damn it. Come on, tank. I could have teleported, but like not during those loading screens. Oh, I wouldn't have. Yeah. Ooh. Actually, I guess I would have. What now? I have 14. Oh, ribbons are rubbish in this game. Well, that is, but sure. Definitely want a BDI. We'll see if there's anything more expensive. One of these, yeah. Oh, yeah, cool. They're getting more expensive now. Okay, I'm gonna have to spend the rest on this. Ah, I should have bought the expensive ones. Whatever, it'll give us something to save up for. Okay, nice. You know what? I really do love this dust bunny though. I'll change my hat when I figure out how to. Up. I'm getting tired again. I'm getting eye tired rather than head tired. Yeah, I reckon I can get to... Well, I won't start Heaven's Sword, but... get up to it, I reckon. All the singing! Sheep I've got to fight. God, why is it on? No. Drag on me. Tell you when I can do stuff again. I'm terrified. Oh, there we go. Ah. Oh, please don't terrify me. Oh, you can be said to be terrified. In or out? Oh, he's up a lot of health. That one makes sense. Because I'm like, yeah, we're all going to get struck by lightning, but we don't want to be standing on each other. Always got to kill ads. Makes sense. Probably up to no good. He's died. Close to killing him. Not close enough that I do finishing him. At least one healer is dead now. If anyone dies. If anyone bases hospitals. We'll do that first. Somebody should use their finishing move. Cool. I don't know how much of this plot is left. Also, did I get anything cool? It's somebody else. There you go. You get a commendation if you don't leave.
I have taken thy measure, bringer of light. And I judge thee a worthy champion. The task of excising the sin that hath taken root in man's heart is thine. Shrink not from employing thy strength in service to the forest and the wider realm beyond. Like hungering shadows do the enemies of harmony gather, and meekness will but feed them. If man is to be delivered from the dark, it shall be by thy guiding light alone. Stray not from the path, for if thou dost, thy people shall be truly lost.
Oh.
Thou hast slain the Lord of Levin. A regrettable act, but a necessary one.
Why didn't he just say, "Ah, fair enough, cool, you pass," right before he died? I know he can come back. That's not the point.
In witnessing thy struggle, a truth hath been revealed unto me. If I mistake not, it may yet prove a chink in the eternal armor of the Ascians. But let us conclude our present business. I shall expound upon my findings at the Rising Stones anon.
Inexplicable bunny nod. Oh, that's not inexplicable. It's just a nod. Just say bun. Bun. Challenge you to a test of arms. It is well then that you have some experience in such matters. Peoples of both Carteneau, little solace will be relieved to hear that the Lord of Levin has accepted you as the forest's champion of peace. You're so good at murder, you can be the champion of peace. You performed a monumental duty this day, and I have the elder Eorzea must be informed of your deeds at once. Little gods are made of. I'm just gonna double check what quest line ends this. Give me a second. Right, it looks like there's still quite a lot to go. I'm gonna talk to this dude. Supplement Lieutenant's ready to send you on your way. Elder Eorzea will wish to hear of your experiences first-hand play. Return to Carteneau, make directly to the Lotus Stand, the conjurer of Nosfica's altar. Be expecting you, fare you well, Naya. So, yeah, we're only like halfway through the quests, though it presumably goes somewhere else. It's a bit weird that, like, it does it so early, but... it's 3 AM, I should probably try and get some sleep. So yeah, it would have been nice to do it all in one sitting, but it's just not happening. Yeah. Gonna let you go. Thank you very much for watching. And having a Final Fantasy Realm Reborn adventure. Defenders of Eorzea.